Friends, Americans, fellow countrymen, lend me your ears, or at least pretend to listen for the next 5 minutes. I promise, it'll be worth your while. Have you heard the latest genius proposal? It's making waves across the nation. Apparently, the answer to our economic woes is simple. Make poor people poorer. Yes, you heard that right. That's right, folks. The hottest new idea in town is to drop the minimum wage lower than a snake's belly in a wagon rut. It's almost poetic, isn't it? Why bother with a living wage when we can have a thriving economy built on the backs of the perpetually struggling? It's the new American dream. This isn't just about tightening belts. It's about cinching them so tight that internal organs start playing musical chairs. Imagine the fun. Forget about affordable housing, healthcare, or that avocado toast the kids are raving about. We're talking about the bare minimum here. The very bare minimum. Think ramen noodle dinners, living in your parents' basement well into your 40s, and maybe, just maybe, if you're lucky, you can afford that doctor's appointment for that persistent cough you've had since 2022. It's a lifestyle choice, really. The proponents of this brilliant scheme argue that it'll boost employment. More jobs for everyone, they say. Because who needs fair compensation when you can have the privilege of being worked to the bone for a pittance? It's character building, after all. It's like a twisted game show where the only prize is survival. Barely. And who doesn't love a good challenge? So, let's embrace this new initiative with open arms and empty wallets. After all, who needs financial stability when you can have endless ramen? Welcome to the Let Them Eat Ramen initiative, where the future is bleak, but at least it's cheap.
Here's the beauty of this plan. It's not just about lowering the minimum wage, it's about creating a race to the bottom. States will be tripping over themselves to offer the lowest wages imaginable. Think of it as a reverse auction, where the lowest bidder wins the prize of attracting businesses by exploiting their workforce. It's a race to the bottom, and guess what? We're all invited to participate in this joyous descent into economic madness.
Now, you might be thinking, working for pennies on the dollar sounds rough, but at least I'll have some free time, right? Maybe catch up on some hobbies or spend time with loved ones? Oh, honey, you sweet summer child. The reality is far from that dream. Remember that whole minimum wage thing? It's more of a myth now. Yeah, we're tossing that out the window along with the concept of a 40-hour work week. Say goodbye to your evenings and weekends. In this brave new world, overtime isn't just expected. It's mandatory and unpaid. Your time is no longer your own. Why pay someone for extra hours when you can simply guilt them into working for free? It's the new norm. After all, they should be grateful for the opportunity to be exploited, right? It's a twisted form of gratitude. And don't even get me started on weekends. Those are a thing of the past. Those are for the weak. Only the strong survive in this relentless grind. We're talking about a society where the only time you're not working is when you're passed out from exhaustion. Welcome to the new normal.
Unions? Who needs them? We've got apps for that. That's so adorable. You clearly haven't been paying attention to the gig economy revolution. Unions are so last century. In this brave new world, everyone's an independent contractor. You're not an employee, you're an entrepreneur. You're your own boss. Who needs things like healthcare and a stable income when you have the freedom to be exploited by multiple companies simultaneously? It's the American dream, rebranded for the 21st century. And don't even think about complaining online.
Celebrate the struggle. Our annual dystopian Festival of Freedom. We'll have concerts featuring musicians who haven't had a decent night's sleep in years because they're too busy working 3 gigs to make ends meet. We'll have food trucks selling gourmet ramen noodles at exorbitant prices. And for entertainment, we'll have live reenactments of classic labor disputes. Only this time the workers will be played by robots controlled by billionaires. It'll be like a company picnic, only instead of potato salad and volleyball, there's existential dread and the faint scent of desperation.
Wake up and smell the roses, embrace the status quo. The world is stable and it's up to us to appreciate that stability.
Okay, let's be real for a hot second. This whole let's change everything for the sake of change thing, it's not just unnecessary, it's disruptive. We can't keep pushing for upheaval and expect society to remain harmonious. It's not a plan, it's a disruption. It's a one-way ticket to chaos where the only people who benefit are those who thrive on instability. Imagine a world where the comfort of familiarity is replaced by constant uncertainty, and the gap between the stable and the unstable widens.
We're talking about a future so unpredictable, so utterly devoid of consistency that even butterflies would be like, yeah, nah, I'm out. It's a scenario straight out of a chaotic dream, but it doesn't have to be our reality.
Let's embrace the familiar playbook and stick to what works. One where everyone has a chance to not just survive, but actually enjoy the comfort of stability. Imagine a world where communities remain steady, where we support each other, and where comfort is not just a dream, but a tangible reality. But then again, maybe a little chaos is exactly what we need to shake things up and create real change.